Good morning, YouTube. Um, I'm wearing makeup. I already don't like it, but here's the thing about makeup. It's that I saw Rihanna do a video where she was putting on her makeup. I mean, obviously she has a makeup line. I hate my makeup so much. I have to cover my face. She has a makeup line, but first she covers her face with like this foundation. And then she goes back and puts on like all the contour. And I feel like all I know how to do is put on the foundation. I mean, she spends a really long time making like cheekbones and all that shit. So I feel like when I put on makeup, I don't have cheekbones. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my cheekbones. We're here to just kind of say hello and talk about writing and art and stuff. So here's what I'm doing. I am working on a new book. I've talked about it called The Emotional Future, and I started doing sort of like essay writing this week around it. And just gonna show you what I'm doing, if I can. This is my soundtrack. I accidentally, what I'm doing here. Let's see. There, yeah. Let's see. What do you want to hear as the soundtrack to this? Not this. Oh, Cornfield Chase by Hans Zimmer from Interstellar. Okay. So yeah. So this is my desk, and I do all this cut up stuff, which I learned in memoir and poetry workshops with Nick Flynn, who was one of my teachers and friends. So I'm using my computer for this YouTube, so probably not a good idea. Anyway, so yeah, so I cut everything up. This is what I do. I'm going to add a little video that I made with my phone of this, but I'm writing these essays about the novel I wrote called The Daughtership, and it's a process novel. And what that means is that reading the novel is supposed to replicate the healing experience you have when that the main character is having. So the main character is having a healing transformation throughout the course of the book based on sort of therapeutic methods that are actually psychologically real, specifically one called IFS, which stands for Internal Family Systems, which was developed by Richard Schwartz, who's a psychologist. So the novel has like a psychological process happening in it. And as you read it, the idea is that the reader experiences the same feeling that the character does, which is all based on my life. So one of the other topics is subjectivity. And is the music too loud? So this is actually the finished essay. Well, it's like a kind of a memoir thing, a creative nonfiction thing, and I submitted it to my writing workshop this week, and I can't really tell if they liked it or not. I'm not really a big fan of writing workshops, honestly. Like you turn your work in, and then everybody kind of shoots it down when it's really raw and new. And I love these women, and they're smart women, and all of their feedback was helpful, but it kind of made me not want to write anymore, and like kind of not want to live anymore, which only for one day. I'm fine today, but I don't know if that's a good thing, you know. So this is the draft. What it looks like. It's so sunny today, which is great. This is after I take all the cut up pieces and kind of throw them together into a draft. I can't tell because this is YouTube if this is coming through as backwards or not. But so I cut up all this stuff. I numbered it and then put it all back together. And hopefully it's showing up on the screen. Yeah, it is. I can literally holding my laptop upside down. So this is what it looks like when I've stapled it all together. And then I number the pages. I'm calling it The Age of Unreason. See, this is from music from Blade Runner. Anyway, the original one. But although it's showing up as Ryan Gosling version, I'm turning it down. Okay. Anyway, this is what it looks like when I kind of paste it together. And then I put it together, and the feedback I got was that the stitching, where I stitched these ideas together, was rough and not fun to read. So the stitching is not working. And so a suggestion was to break it up into little essays, which I might do. This is City of God by St. Augustine. I'm really trying to. I have so many books that I wish I could be reading. And that's one of them. I've had that on my bookshelf for like 100 years. But yeah, I'm just kind of showing what's going on in my desk. This is kind of a mess. This is my desk. These are Christmas lights. This is a fish. I made this out of ceramics. It's like a little blowfish. In my brief ceramics making phase during COVID, this is a saw that I painted gold. That was my contribution to whatever this is. It's an old saw. I got it at a yard sale. It doesn't, I mean, it probably still works. It does work. I've used it, but it's very old. And these are the notes from a poetry workshop I took with this guy, Mark Wunderlich, at the 92nd Street Y. This is, anyway, it was on Roca. It was really great. And yeah, so good morning, everybody. What else do I want to say? Nothing really, just that I'm working on this essay. Those are my cut up pieces. I'm probably going to try something new today with it and add in some stuff. And I also just want to say that some of the topics I'm writing about are so painful that when I write about them, it's painful. And I don't really, I guess it's called negative capability, your ability to, which is like a John Keats term. Negative capability is your ability to sort of stand at the edge of what you're able to bear as a writer, which is where, so this week I've been listening to the Bhagavad Gita to kind of soothe me. And this is not the Bhagavad Gita, this is the Upanishads. But the Bhagavad Gita is one of the Upanishads. It's a Hindu text, and it's in there. It's in this book at the end. It's one of them, but there are many. So yeah, negative capability. I kind of feel like I got pushed to the edge of it when I was writing this essay, and then I turned it into my workshop, and I'm supposed to turn something in for my other writing workshop in like 3 days. And sometimes I just feel like writing this stuff is going to kill me. It's so much more fun to make ceramics. I made this too. This is a a lady. It's flat though. It can like be a paperweight. Looks like a snake, doesn't it? From that perspective, it looks so much like a snake. Then if you look at it like this, it's a lady. Yes, I made ceramics during COVID because, I'll show you one more. I made 3 things and then I stopped because that's my way. But that is supposed to be like an owl. Oh, there you go. See? It looks like an owl, right? Kind of a funky owl with no perspective on his face. It's black on the back. Yesterday I went to a Faith Ringgold show at the New Museum. I think I'll put something there. I'll add a little something about that. She wrote a children's book called Tar Beach. She might have written other ones, but Tar Beach is great. But it was all really great. It was paintings on quilts and fabrics. And yeah. End of stream.